Before we get started here, I want to remind everyone to please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination. Damn it. I am a grown-ass man. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the America, Guns, and Freedom with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just a place where you can come every day and ask me any question you want. Doesn't have to be gun related. Suggest any topic you want to hear my opinion on, and just talk amongst yourselves in the live chat. If you ask me something specific that I don't know the answer to, or if you ask about a product I don't have experience with, once again, pay attention to that live chat because somebody out there will know and they'll let you know. So pay attention and participate, build a sense of community. As always, I like to start off by reading the people who have ordered merchandise since yesterday. And I saw one came in last night as we were ending, but it was too late to read it. So I just left it for today. Let's see if I can get back over here and see it. There's a couple over here now. We got Michael Tenney. He got the Sasquatch, the SASS Squatch. Single Action Shooting Society Squatch, you know, the Bigfoot dressed as a cowboy. I wore that in the chat there tonight. He must have seen it and got it because it looked so good on me. Then we got Alon Cohen. Haven't seen that name in a while. And he got some Toy Guns for Tots stuff. He supported Toy Guns for Tots. Got an ornament and a hat and a car magnet. Ornament and a hat and a car magnet. And then we got Sean Bain. What'd he get? He also got a Toy Guns for Tots t-shirt. He got the different one, though. He got the one with the main logo on it, not the donation shirt. So thanks to them for buying products to support Toy Guns for Tots and other programs. If you bought something other than Toy Guns for Tots stuff, I appreciate it. Remember, we are doing Toy Guns for Tots 2025 right now. If you want to go over and donate, please do so. You can go over to TYMPpistolproject.com. Let me get the page up here so I can show it. It makes it a lot easier if I'm showing it to you while I'm talking about it. I got it ready before we started. There it is. If you go over to my page, TYMPpistolproject.com, first thing you see on the page is the Toy Guns for Tots 2025. It's got all the info there, some pictures from previous years. Gives you a way to donate there, get entries into the drawings. You can also go down here and click on this, and you can go over to my Shopify page, and there's a page of Toy Guns for Tots merchandise. All the merchandise comes with an entry into the drawing. It's as if you donated $20. Plus, you get a product for less than cost. So feel free. And you got stuff over here you can give as gifts, like it's an ornament, but on the back it says a donation has been made on your behalf. Same thing. There's a mug here that it says, you know, got the logo on the front, and then it says a donation has been made on your behalf to Toy Guns for Tots 2025. Because of you, an in-need child's Christmas will be brighter. So go on over, get yourself some merch, or get some merch to give as gifts for Christmas. They're great to keep around as extra gifts, especially. Also, if you just want to support our other programs, just buy other merch or become a Patreon member or a Subscribestar member. You can also sign up for TYMPPP over there, or you can nominate someone for Handguns for Heroes. So go on over to TYMPpistolproject.com and do what you can, or at least what you want to, as long as you can. Don't do anything you can't afford to do. This is not televangelism here. Let's see if we got any questions coming in over here. I didn't see any a minute ago, but let's go over and look and see. We got our regular donation, a monthly donation from Gregory Pepper. He's a pepper. Would you like to be? I can't say I'm a pepper because I don't really like Dr. Pepper. I like the strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, but I don't like regular Dr. Pepper. Emmanuel Fernandez chimed in and said, what's your favorite Terminator movie? Well, that is easy. And I actually have seen, I think, all the Terminator movies. But I think Terminator 2 is the best Terminator movie. Pretty much by far. It's kind of like Terminator and Aliens are the two franchises where the second movie was the best one. Now, a lot of people also think the second movie was the best one of the original trilogy of Star Wars. They think Empire Strikes Back is better than Star Wars, which I agree with them if you go back and watch them side by side. The second one is better. But as a kid, I always preferred the first one because that's the first one I ever saw that was anything like that. I really resonated with me. But Terminator 2 is the best Terminator. And I've actually seen those movies because there's robots and monster robots in them, stuff like that. Sci-fi. I'll watch sci-fi. Jeffrey Vaughn paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, what do and Phil know? I don't know what this means. What do and Phil know of the psychedelic octopuses? Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Phil's kind of psychedelic. He's got those rainbow Crocs and everything, or tie-dye Crocs. So he's kind of a hippie. And he doesn't have long hair, but I don't think octopuses have hair. So I don't think he could wear a wig, I guess. But he's kind of a hippie. But it just looks like psychedelic octopuses out there because I got that 8-strand Cat 6 cable all intertwined, wired together, decided to have the internet for the chat because I wasn't going to have time to do it right because Kate and Zyler wasn't going to be back from Best Buy in time. So, yeah. Why do they make things proprietary from generation to generation on the same product? It's all Starlink. Why does it have to have different connections from Gen 1 to Gen 2 to Gen 3? Then you got to buy all new cables and everything. That's why. And then we got Jason Thompson also paid his $2 tithe to Phil. And he said, I'm trying to set up a little chat between Rick and Izzo. Hope this works. It is insane how many butthurt cops come into Izzo's comment section. Well, here's a little secret for you, though. 90% of those butthurt cops ain't cops. They're like 15-year-olds. I know. You'd think that wouldn't be the problem on the internet, but that is a problem. Johnny Mandrick chimed in and said, are you familiar with Krampus? Have you been approached as a replacement? I am familiar with Krampus. I mean, who wouldn't be familiar with Krampus? You know, Santa Claus's little partner there. Old Chris Kringle's buddy. He's the one that goes around and paddles the kids that are bad and throws them in a sack and takes them off and boils them or something. I don't know what he does with them when he gets them, but he like abducts children that are bad. Beats them with a rod and all this other stuff. So I'm all for him. I don't know how you get that job. It seems like it'd be a cool job. As long as you don't have to eat the kids afterwards. I don't want to eat no children. I don't have the appetite for that these days. Oh no, my thing is spinning. Am I not? Do I not have internet now? Oh, nope, it came back. Sean Bain also chimed in and said, Hail Phil. What he said is Hail Phil. Then we got our last super chat over here, and it is Tim Fat Salami saying, I'm donating in spite of Phil's non-existence. If Phil didn't exist, then how do you explain all these people getting the butt cooties? Yeah, you didn't think you could you? Let me see. We got some super chats over here on the YouTube side. Johnny Mandrick says, if you don't start paying your tithes to Phil, he will make Yankee stream 2 times per day. Oh, I hope he doesn't do that. I can barely do the one I do now. It's getting harder and harder on me. I ain't as healthy as I once was. So have some sympathy for an old man. So pay your tithes to Phil, you motherfuckers. There's 100 and something of you in here. Pay your tithes to Phil so he can donate to the Pets and Vets Fund. Sean Bain said, with my arthritis, I find Paddle Hope magazine releases more comfortable. I do. I like them, period. Even without the arthritis, I always liked them. Like when the PPQs first came out, the first generation had the paddle release on the trigger guard. Then they switched to a regular push button. I like the paddle better. And in a minute, you'll see why he said that, because I'll get to the emails. Gerald Cagney says, hi, Grandpa. Can I have your CZ Shadow 2 carry with custom grips now? Go get a job and get your own. Worthless millennials. Is that what they are now? Or are they Gen Zers now? What's ones are the younger ones? I don't, where's Gen Y? What happened to Gen Y? Why did it go Gen X, Gen Z? Anybody understand how they labeled the generations? Because I don't seem to understand it. That looks like that's it for the super chats. Let's see if we got some emails here. The first one here is from Sean Bain, and you'll see why he's talking about the paddle releases, because he got a new 380, the Walther PK 380. That's probably one of the best 380s for carry, I would say. Great little carry, P380 or PK 380. I gave one of those, one of the first guns I gave away when I started first giving away guns on the channel. It was one of the very first ones I ever gave away. A nominal snowman says, so given the direction of the country, do you agree with anti-natalism? I think it means nationalism. Us poor could globally unite and stop having kids to screw the billionaires. Listen, hear me out. I got an idea. Yeah, well, that's just, you're saying that because you don't get laid normally anyway. So most young people want to do that, but they should not have kids. They should use protection. That's one of the reasons the church and stuff demonized using protection, because they want to mass produce workers who don't have good educations and who follow the church. Trump going to fix housing affordability crisis with 50-year mortgages. So glad someone is thinking about the little people, like the banks and home building associations companies. Yeah, 50-year mortgage. The 30 years are bad enough. It's already where you buy a $300,000 house, and by the time you pay it off, it was $550,000. That's why I won't go more than 15, 20 years on a mortgage. This one here, we got it on a 20, and we'll have that paid off early. But yeah, that doesn't help. It just puts people further into debt that it takes longer to get out of. And then they're not going to be out, like say they're 30 when they buy their house. Well, they're going to be dead before they've ever paid their house off. It'll fall on their kids to pay the house off. They'll never, ever own it. The bank will always own it. It'll be like they're renting from the bank forever. That's just ridiculous. If he actually suggested that he's dumb as a fucking rock. Well, he just doesn't care about people. He cares more about banks and money. Sean Bain says, here are the 2 sling bags I use. See, they don't look huge, but they still look bigger than what I want. I want something that's more like a waist pack, like the size of a holster bag, what I'm talking about, that's specifically made for a gun and not really any bigger. Like it's maybe just big enough to hold your gun with and then a little pocket in the front to hold a little case with your license and stuff, credit card in it, so that you got what you need. Because I don't need to carry a bunch of stuff in it. It's not like it's my purse. I'll still have my purse if I need it. Let's see here. I think that gets us all caught up on the supers. I mean, on the emails. If I can get that to close. And then I got a meme from Frank Rodriguez. Go on, share screen. Winder. Boom. Boom. And it says, this meme reminds me of what you just experienced with Urban Carry holsters. Evidently, they screwed over other customers as well. When I contacted Urban Carry about my missing order, they asked me to send photographic evidence. Boy, that's a meat hook. But yeah, seems like I'm not the only one that's had a problem with them. It's funny how many people come in live in the comment section of your video, though, and try to defend them. And it's like, how long have you worked there? All right. Like that. Oh, you're just whining. Well, no, I'm just expressing how I got bad customer service. If you think that's whining, well, I paid for a product. I didn't get it. That's not whining. That's expecting to be treated with respect, expecting to get what you paid for, expecting business to do what they're supposed to do. And if you've been brainwashed into thinking that's whining, well, then you're probably a little bitch. with no self-respect. Let's see here. Where was I at? I think that's got us all caught up on all the chats on both sides. And I make sure on the super chats here. Yep. Tim Fat Salami was the last one. Let me see if we got any email or any live chat questions coming in. It don't look like there's much over there either. We're going to be done quick here. Hold on. See how far up I can go. I just got a 627 Taurus in 357 4-inch. What's your opinion on them? I haven't got to shoot it yet. I like the Taurus guns. I think they're good little guns. I mean, if I had a choice, I'd get a Smith or a Ruger, but they're my preferences. But the Taurus are just fine. There's a stigma attached to them, but that isn't deserved. Are the 1911 grips cut for ambi safety? No, they're not cut for ambi safety. I wanted to share a holster company I like and have been using, Black Arch, and I have the outside waistband one. It's a leather back and Kydex holster, super comfortable. Thought I'd share. You say that's inside waistband? No, outside waistband. So 8-strand Ethernet cable got cut. No, they didn't get cut. My router went out. And the cables that I've got run right now aren't compatible with the new cables. So I got to splice in new ends and everything. Where am I at? I already read all that stuff. I just got a tracker. I just read that, didn't I? Why did I read that twice? Have a fluke meter, does AC/DC cycles, temperature, and some other stuff I haven't used. I don't know how to use those. I don't do the electrical shit, so I don't really do that. In U.S. military, being colorblind, I couldn't do maintenance in motor pool, but I could work on tanks, more wires in tanks than Hummer. My grandfather was a heavy mechanic for tanks. I read that again. He must have put that in like 3 or 4 times is why I'm saying it again. He doesn't know the rules about repeating questions. FAA grounded all MD-11 aircraft. That is the UPS plane that just crashed. I saw that. I guess they want to check them all out, make sure that there ain't going to be no more of them exploding. I saw that video on the internet. I'm sure, though, it'll say on there no one was harmed because it always says that on those videos. You'll see these videos. They'll be from overseas, and like a bus with like 50 people on it will drop off a cliff, and they'll be like, everyone was fine. No one was harmed. Several people died, but they didn't feel a thing. Has Phil ever been in a hentai? All those tentacles make me wonder. What is a hentai? Is hentai like behavior how Phil gets the butt cooties? Gives out the butt cooties. Love the tentacle. I don't understand where he's going with that. Where was it? I'm Gen X grandpa. You don't remember when grandma kicked me like a football across the field. Your dementia is getting bad. I don't remember that. That's for sure. Anthony Rodriguez says, you've seen my last question. Are you the one that asked me 6 times about the Taurus? I don't know. Disregard, you did get to it. Okay. Explaining how you got bad customer service is definitely not whining. We all been screwed over by a service provider at some point. Yeah, and you have every right to tell people. But that looks like that is going to be it for us for tonight. That's all the questions. Let me go over and make sure I didn't get any emails in I missed. Don't see. Well, Mo G says, I'm going to go active duty military. Do you still believe that the Air Force is the best military branch to join? Yes. If you're wanting to get something out of it, have a career afterwards, Air Force is the best one for that. A lot of jobs in the aviation industry, etc., technology industries. A lot better training in the Air Force. And it's an easier job. Being in the Air Force is easier than being in the Army or the Marines. I would say Navy's good too, but I don't want to be on a boat. Plus, I don't want to dance with a bunch of Marines. That's the only reason we have a Navy, so the Marines will have somebody to dance with on the boats. That's why the Navy people got to be mostly bottoms. Not all, but mostly. Let me make sure we're all caught up on the supers. I think Tim Fat Salami was the last one. He is. We haven't gotten not even any donations to Toy Guns for Tots tonight. So it's going to be a slow night, but we will survive it. You should Google it. I should Google what? What are your thoughts on Everytown suing Ruger to discontinue the RXM handgun? Everyone claims that RXM can be converted into full auto. Well, if it's the same as a Gen 3, well, then it should be able to, shouldn't it? But it's not a big selling gun for them yet, and it's not like a big portion of their income yet. It's relatively new, and it's not even approved in California. So I don't think it's approved in California, is it? So I'm betting it's not, which means that being outlawed in California is not going to affect how many of them they can sell, because they only sell in the other parts of the country, whereas Glock sells in California. So they had to deal with that issue. I don't really have a problem with them still making it, because if someone wants to break the law and put a switch on their gun to make it full auto, that's on them. And I honestly think they should be allowed to. It's not like it's going to be good for anything. Have you seen people shoot those damn things? They barely don't shoot themselves in the face. So, yeah, I think they should. I don't care. They're fine. Any semi-auto can be converted to full auto. Some are just easier than others. Yeah, with the Glocks, it was super easy. You could basically do it with a toothpick. So if you had something you just wedge in there far enough, you could do it that way. Excuse me. NYC bus drivers are encountering passengers who think they don't have to pay to ride the bus under Mayor Mamdani. They're jumping the gun on the issue. People do that all the time. You can't explain stuff to people. They're too stupid. They can't understand simple It's like someone in my chat, my comment section tonight says, I remember when you were telling people that you were anti bump stocks, or not bump stocks, anti pistol braces. And I was like, no, I never told anybody I was anti-pistol brace. I told people that we should be fighting for the right to put a stock on any gun we want to put it on, instead of spending millions of dollars fighting these little piddly lawsuits about pistol braces. We should be going after the NFA and get that taken away. Then nobody would want a pistol brace. I was like, but that's obviously too complicated of a thought for you. You see that as, you don't like pistol braces. You think we shouldn't have pistol braces. I never once said anybody should not be able to buy a pistol brace. I just said we should fight for the right to get rid of the NFA. Then nobody would want one. When I was in the Navy, I refused to wear a dress and dance with a Marine. You mean so you didn't wear the dress? Well, that was risky. You're going to get raped out there dancing naked. Let's see here. Let me make sure we're all caught up on everything. And I do believe that's it for us today. It's all the super chats. I did put the link at the top. We just didn't get anybody today. All the emails are answered. All the live chats are answered. We'll give it like a minute here. If we don't get anything coming in, I'll just, we'll end it up. We will end her here. I've been here for almost an hour, so it counts. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, is considered by many people to be better than the first Mad Max movie. See, I disagree. I liked Mad Max better than Road Warrior. I mean, I liked Road Warrior just fine, but I liked Mad Max better. And needless to say, we did not do enough to do a knife draw tonight. So, because I think we only got like 3 entrants. So we won't be doing a knife draw tonight. But maybe tomorrow. And I'm all caught up. We got nothing else coming in except for the Mad Max comment. We got over 100 people here, just nobody asking any questions. Oh my disconnected again? Nope, I'm connected. Okay. Why is this doing this? This is not right. It's not giving me my full page. What's it doing? None of the options are up there that should be up there. And it's just sitting and spinning. Why is it doing it? Am I still on the air? Because it's just sitting and spinning. I think maybe my wires aren't connected right or something. I want to log in. It's not wanting to let me. There we go. It finally let me in. But yeah, there ain't nothing over there I missed, so we're fine. Photo of MLK with Rothschilds. What about it? I'm cooking while listening. Are you going to paint the holster yourself? No, I'm not going to paint it. You are fine here. I know I am. We can see and hear you. If you had to buy a 5-shot revolver, stainless steel for carry, which would it be? 5-shot, it would be the 69. Because he didn't say what caliber it had to be. He just said a 5-shot stainless steel revolver. So it'd be the 69, the 5-shot 44 Magnum. Let's see, where are we at? We're all caught up. We got everything answered. I haven't seen, I said I was doing the last call. Ain't nobody had emails or anything. I don't see any emails. Hold on. Let me make sure we're caught up. 1 year ago today. I don't know what that's about. Quit that. What is it doing? Why does it take me to that all the time? I don't like that. Some sort of mirroring thing with your phone. Yeah, we're done. So thanks everybody for coming today. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get more people tomorrow, get more answers and more people getting involved. Until then, I will see y'all later. Wait, I didn't do that right, did I? That's it. I'm supposed to say, I hope, no, hold on. Thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate everything you do. Let me make sure I got all these over here real quick because it looks like it's not all the way at the bottom. No, it's all the way at the bottom. All right, let's try this again. Thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate everything you do for the channel, especially those of you that donate to Toy Guns for Tots, etc. If you haven't donated Toy Guns for Tots, please do so. Go over to TYMPPistolProject.com. I would appreciate it, and so would all the kids who benefit from it. I'll have a total here in a couple of days on where we're at right now. It's harder for me to add it all up now because I don't let the money. I used to just let the money sit in PayPal, but then PayPal stole the money last year, remember? And I had to fight to get it back. So I don't do that anymore. I transfer it over every night. But what may have to go back to urgent care tomorrow. Well, what did you do now? Is it syphilis? I'm betting it's syphilis related if it's. But thanks, everybody. I hope to see everybody again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.